Hey guys, welcome back to another video where today we're going to be predicting the scores of week 7 of this 2022-2023 Premier League season. As usual, before we get into this week's predictions, last week an absolute disaster once again from both of us. But Alex Cochrane was top scorer last time out with 12.5 points and 3 exact scores. Leaderboard wise, top of the shop now is Louis Smith. Louis Smith had a great week a few weeks ago. Currently on 71 points. And the nearest rival is Josh Everett on 65 points and Jaden FC 555. But it's all to play for. Let's crack on, make some predictions for week 7. And remember to make your predictions over at the Superbru website as well.
Okay, so first up at 12:30 on Saturday, we've got the Fulham derby between Fulham and Chelsea. Now, Fulham have had decent starts to the season. They're starting to teeter off a bit. Win, loss. So quite an unfortunate pattern there, but they are picking up the results against the teams they need to be beaten, to be fair. And then Chelsea, what a ridiculous sacking that was today, getting rid of Thomas Tuchel. Yes, it's been inconsistent, but look at their dealings in the summer. And yeah, really poor decision by the Chelsea board. That is absolutely terrible. For that case, I do think Chelsea will win. Yes, new manager bounce, even though they might not have won in by that point, but it'll be fine margins. Fulham will push them. I'm going to go 1-0.
1-0 to Chelsea. Wow. Yeah, I think Chelsea will win this game. Yeah. Tuchel, he's brought in all these players, spent a massive budget. I think one of the highest in Europe. Even spent loads of money. They should beat Fulham. Chelsea last weekend, a good win at home in London, another London derby, 2-1 against West Ham. They go and lose in the Champions League and he gets ousted. Fulham, Mitrovic scoring for fun. Mid-table at the moment, currently in 10th position.
That's good for
position. Only narrowly losing 2-1 against Spurs last time out. So I fancy Chelsea to win this one 2-1. Then we move on to the South Coast, where we see Bournemouth taking on Brighton, and of course, Mr. Potter could be touted to go to Chelsea. Bournemouth, after suffering defeat a couple of game weeks ago, 9-0 against Liverpool, they've turned their fortunes around slightly and find themselves in 13th position. A win last time out away against Nottingham Forest after coming from behind. Prior to that was a draw against Wolves. In this one though, facing a Brighton side who absolutely dismantled Leicester after falling behind in the first minute. So I fancy Brighton to win this one 3-1.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 Brighton in this one. I mean, the football hipsters have been absolutely foaming at the mouth at the moment. Brighton in the Champions League places. I bet they're a bit scared though that he's going to be leaving Brighton. But as you know, I'm one of Brighton's biggest critics. I'm not a fan of them, so I'd love it if Graham Potter leaves, to be honest. So I'm going to go 2-0 Brighton. And moving on, next up we've got two teams in disaster. Leicester, 5 wins, losses on the bounce now, coming up against a Villa side who aren't faring too much either. For me, there's going to be a particular pattern that goes on, which has happened in the last about 8 seasons, I reckon. I'm going to go 1-0 Aston Villa with Brendan Rodgers getting sacked.
Wow. You think another sacking this week?
This weekend there'll be another sacking in Brendan Rodgers.
Extraordinary if that happens.
If you look at Leicester's last 2 managers, they always get sacked after they lose their 6th game on the bounce.
We'll see if they do lose this one. I don't think they will. I think they'll pull something out of the bag in this one, but I don't think it'll be 3 points. I think it will be a point. I think at home against a Villa team who won victory this season. Okay, Leicester haven't won. They've only drawn that 1 out of 6 as well.
Only have a 2-man one.
Yeah, I fancy they're going to learn a bit. Hopefully after that 5-2 drubbing against Brighton, I think they'll get a draw in this one. 1-1. Villa on the road. Nah, not for me. They can't win away, can they, Villa? Moving on to the next match, we've got Liverpool against Wolves. Liverpool in action in Champions League on Wednesday evening, time we're recording. Looks like they're getting a few of their players back. Playing against a Wolves side who are resolute in defence, however. I think Liverpool, this is taking place at 3 o'clock on Saturday. I think they will come through this one 2-0 in the end.
Interesting. Yeah, I think this is going to be a tight affair because you don't really know which Wolves side is going to turn up, to be honest, but Liverpool, a bit hit and miss. I'm going to go 1-0 Liverpool.
Fantastic.
Next up, we've got Southampton against Brentford. Brentford high flying at the moment. Really good start to the season. Only one loss in 5 matches. Southampton, a bit hit and miss, but they are grinding out the odd result, which we sort of expected. But I fancy Brentford 2-0.
2-0. I think this is going to end up all square. I fancy a draw in this one. I think there'll be goals. Mr. Tony is on fire, isn't he?
Totally brilliant.
Lovely hat-trick last time out. But I think Southampton at home fancy themselves. Yeah, Desmond's for me 2-2. We've got Man City against Spurs, the Saturday evening kick-off, 5:30. Time for your tea there, guys.
Haaland unstoppable.
Unstoppable in Europe and in the Premier League. Some like 11 goals this season, something ridiculous like that. He's an absolute amazing player at the moment. Coming against the Spurs team, Harry Kane scoring for fun as well. I'm going to go 2-1 Man City in this one.
I think this is going to be really, really high scoring. I think Haaland's going to knock in a few goals.
Wow.
Harry Kane will get a few. Especially you've got De Bruyne, maybe Perisic, maybe with another assist. I'm going to go 3-2 to Man City.
Wow.
High scoring, I think. Anyway, next up we've got the Sundays, 2 o'clock against Arsenal against Everton. Everton just seemed to be drawing everything, grinded out good 0-0 against Liverpool last time around as well. But Arsenal, they're going to be wanting to look at bouncing back from that 3-0 loss to Man United, where they could have done a lot better, to be honest. So I'm going to go 2-0 to Arsenal. 2-0.
I think Arsenal will be only the second team this season to score more than 1 goal against Everton. The other one, which if I can remember rightly, it was Aston Villa. Wow, can you believe that? But I think
times change.
I think Arsenal will concede in this one. I think they will concede a goal. Everton have been problem scoring, but defensively they've been okay. 2-1 to Arsenal for me. Then we move on to the next match, which is West Ham against Newcastle. Newcastle drawing a lot of matches. People seem to think they're brushing people aside, other teams aside, but they're not. Drawing a lot of these games. Okay, they had that fantastic 3-0 draw with Man City, but I think they're going to draw this one as well. West Ham maybe starting to turn a corner slightly now, just the 1 defeat in the last 3, and they've had draws against Tottenham and an away victory against Villa in that little run. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one.
Yeah, I think this is tough for me, but I don't know. Normally I never back Newcastle in London, but just with West Ham's form at the moment, losing, that Tottenham draw was quite good, but then again that is a derby and they did well in it. I'm torn, but I'm going to go for a Newcastle win in London. I'm going to say 2-1 to the Mags, to be honest.
Fantastic.
Anyway, moving on, 4:30, Palace United. This is a difficult one. Palace grinding out results, not enough to get a few victories there, but
season.
Yeah, only 2 losses, however, and they played well. They've had some very difficult fixtures and they played well in them. So difficult this with me. And then Man United starting to turn the corner, 4 wins on the bounce, which is very good. But unfortunately, I just have to back Erik ten Hag's team, so I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah, every time, I think in the last 4 weeks I've predicted them not to win a match. So I think I am going to predict a Man United win in this one, which will probably be the kiss of death, and you'll probably see a Crystal Palace draw or win.
They like to win against the top 6 Palace.
Yeah, they do. So it's going to be tough there for Man United Selhurst Park. But I think they're in good form. Their morale is up and everything. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 away victory to the Red Devils. And the final fixture of this weekend takes place on Monday. Sees Leeds coming up against Nottingham Forest. Leeds, Rodri's out now for a while.
That's concerning.
But Bamford may be back. He's in and out. Take it all about, isn't he? But I think Leeds will take all 3 points in this one somehow, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 home victory to Leeds, which is probably a little bit of a shocker.
I slightly disagree with you on this. I think it will be high scoring and free flowing from both sides, but they're going to cancel each other out. Yeah, I think Leeds will probably go ahead early on, but then Nottingham Forest will slowly grind into the game and get a couple, and then Leeds will take an equaliser in the last minute, so I'm going to go for Desmond's.
Nice. So that concludes our predictions for week 7 of the 2022-2023 Premier League season. As usual, make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. Join in all the fun, see if we can climb that table. Let's see if we can all climb towards Louis Smith at the top of the leaderboard as well. Before we go there, Nathan, we're at the Cardiff City Stadium this Saturday. What's going on?
Hull City at home. That's going to be a difficult one considering we can't score and we have terrible form. Oh, that'll be an interesting vlog.
Sunday?
Saturday.
Saturday?
Link in the description.
Below? Excellent. Thanks for watching, everyone. Remember to leave your predictions. We'll see you all in the next video.
I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna